big deal. Alright guys, game 2 between the Viper and Miguel is here. We're looking at Viper's point of view. He has chosen Aztecs exactly as I predicted. I'm going to hop into voice chat in case Dave wants to co-cast. But we have game 2. Viper winning game 1 in astounding fashion. Very surprising for me he was able to come back from that. In that game, of course, Miguel lamed him, and now Viper's in the driver's seat. He's won that first game. I think Viper will find a boar, and he might find the sheep out here. Viper almost lost the boar last time. It was delayed, and he lost the sheep. Viper's running this way. So we don't really have as much time to look at the maps. We're at Miguel's base right now. Viper's scouting his main gold. Main gold is forward. Actually, all 3 of the golds for Miguel are forward. He has a wood line behind. He does have the stone on the back. Actually, 2 stones on the back. And the Celt choice for Miguel is one that I was not expecting here. But Miguel knows what's going on because Viper's Eagle is chasing him now. Miguel needs a result here. And, oh, okay, he's going to save the Vil. Very close, though. Look at Viper's map. Viper has his gold behind. Everything on the front is very forward for Viper. He does have the forward stones. But he does have wood on the back. And it's kind of flip-flopped. Stones on the front for Viper. Stones on the back for Miguel. Gold's on the back for Viper. Gold's on the front for Miguel. I can't help but feel that Miguel chose Celts because he's more comfortable with the Civ and he knows the tech tree. It's a Civ that we saw for years and years and years in AOC before the expansions. But maybe that's why he chose them. Also, he could have chose them for their strong infantry, hoping he would get matched up with a Meso Civ. If I expected that Viper would go Aztecs here, Miguel probably did as well. Miguel's doing a good job camping his boar, but Viper could still go for the lame now. And see, he's tempted to do so. Just hanging out here by this boar. It's important for Miguel, as he finds his sheep, that he gets this boar. We'll probably see man-at-arms for both players. Of course, as Aztecs, there's that potential for the 5 militia rush. Okay, Viper's waiting for this. Viper's going to try and block the Vil. Oh, wait, what? Oh, he's missed it. He's missed the villager. Well, okay, at the very least, he will just delay bringing this boar in. But Miguel knows what's going on, and good for Miguel he wasn't lamed, because Viper had an opportunity there. Viper obviously doesn't play with MBL enough. Unable to do that. MBL would have blocked that Vil in a heartbeat. So, no laming. We had a laming attempt, but no laming. What's up, Frodo? Welcome to the stream, man. So, Viper's getting Loom. Of course, Aztecs have to get Loom now, but they still have 100 gold in the bank after doing so. 4 on wood for Viper, and 4 on wood for Miguel. Kind of same story as last time. We have a strong infantry civilization in Celts, up against a Meso civilization who have very strong Eagle warriors. So the lead up will probably be man-at-arms. Of course, we can see the archer transition, but we'll most likely see Eagle warriors. Last time Viper had the strong infantry civ in Malians, and he ended up coming back. This time Miguel has Celts, and Viper has the Meso civ. What is this from him? Is he going out to the deer? If he's going out to the deer, that probably means he's drushing. Sheep at right corner. Sheep at right corner for Viper. Viper stole. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. What right corner are you talking about? Maybe Viper did steal a sheep. I don't know. That's why I can't pay attention to Twitch chat and the recommendations on the casting. Maybe you meant left corner? Maybe that was the sheep he stole? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay. Yeah, so good point from the chat. There was a steal. But 1 sheep really isn't a big deal, especially if Miguel is drushing, because he's going to be on the deer and he's going to be on the farms. He's going to need to continue to wall, though, and this base is not the best for a drush fast castle. You will need to distract Viper enough to keep Viper back at home. The Viper does not need to collect gold for his man-at-arms. He might not even be going for man-at-arms, but there's the first militia, so yes, he is. He's clicked up to Feudal at 8 minutes, 11 seconds. He will be in Feudal right after 10 minutes. Oh, wow. This could be really nice for Miguel, though. He has the mill on the shorefish. Villagers collect shorefish faster than they collect deer. And there's still going to be a total of 4 deer. There's 3 remaining. Now, what Viper doesn't want to do is stay at home now. The Feudal Age military is meant for Feudal Age attack at your opponent's base. And the Drush is just simply meant to delay. Delay economy, not necessarily kill villagers. It's very rare that Drushes kill villagers at this level, but this is exactly what it's meant for. Because Viper's economy is set up for a certain thing, and he's instead forcing Viper to build a house and palisade, and to fight with vills, and to run away with villagers. Viper is going man-at-arms, and eventually he will clean this up if he stays here. But this is buying time for Miguel to do what he would like to do back at home. But Miguel's still in a good position. He's going to have the extra resources, of course, from the deer and from the shorefish. Just running away now, Viper getting man-at-arms, and Viper's man-at-arms have been wasted so far offensively. He's going to go into archers. Miguel not taking any damage, just running around. Yeah, I was thinking about the walls for Miguel. This is a very difficult wall off. I guess he's going to go for this one instead and not wall his entire base. I doubt he'll get man-at-arms. He has resources, but he's not going to be able to fast castle. What he will instead do is add 2 archery ranges because he has really no other option. He can't go Eagle Warriors. That's the best engagement Miguel could have taken. In fact, I would kill this eagle if I'm Miguel. Kill the Eagle Warrior, and then Viper can't scout. Yeah, very well done. Man-at-arms are not scouts. Miguel's still running Viper all around the map, but Viper's going forward. And what's interesting about this, Miguel has added 3 more militia. So he's not messing around here. He is going to go man-at-arms after keeping these on mainly full HP. There's a tower for Viper. Viper could garrison here and tower hop through, I believe, if he wanted to. Gonna have an aggressive game. About to be 6 man-at-arms for Miguel. But there's a lot of Eagle Warriors. There's still 4 man-at-arms for Viper, and Viper does have archers here in the mix. Will the man-at-arms do anything? This is such an investment. Such a surprise that Miguel would invest into this. The Drush obviously slowed him down. He's going for a watchtower here, so it should protect his gold as Viper tries to batter through with villagers. The wolves not being kind to Miguel, and Viper coming out on top in this engagement. Last game, of course, Miguel with the great engagement in early Feudal, but Viper just destroying Miguel there, killing everything, and still keeping 3 man-at-arms and 4 archers alive. Archer ranges being placed for Miguel, blacksmith being placed for Miguel. The Viper has some time to do damage now. The Viper does not have a blacksmith yet. He's only on 1 archer range. He also milled his deer. With a lot of villagers, actually. Normally you see 4 vills. It's a lot. Now it's tough for Miguel to go full skirm. That's what he's going to do to start. But the reason full skirm is not as effective is because Viper still has man-at-arms. And because Viper can make Eagle Warriors. Both those things counter the skirms. So Miguel is just hoping not to receive any damage from Viper's archers at the moment. The Viper might find a vill pick. If he had fletching, this vill would be dead. Without fletching... Oh, run to the side. Run to the side, villager! No! He's dead. Only 2 skirmishers for Miguel, forced to house wall Viper out. And Viper has all the momentum now. Viper's down a few vills, but he has the military advantage. I guess the reason Viper had so many vills here was because they were forward villagers initially, and he just sent them to the deer because that was closest. He's heading back home now. I think what's going to happen is Viper... He's going to try and deceive Miguel into thinking he's going to invest a lot more into this engagement, when in reality, Viper's not sending a lot more forward. He's probably just trying to get to the castle age fast and then upgrade his Eagle Warriors. Miguel having to create skirmishers, having to get the early upgrades. Notice he got fletching and he got padded archer armor. That's 200 food for that. You should have a later castle time as Viper's at 225 food. And the important thing for Viper is he has all the map control right now. So he really can't be pressured. He has time to wall, and while he is not messing around here. Look at these walls. And they should be successful walls at this rate. In game 1, Viper won in the late game because he scouted the map. So far, he has a lot more scouting of crucial areas. And that's helping his walling. Here comes a small push forward for Miguel. I think Viper has spotted this. He's getting scale mail armor on his Eagle Warriors. He's placed houses here because he wants to wall the front of his base. Maybe he didn't spot this. Okay. So he could be in a bit of trouble. Villager could go down, and then the Eagle Warrior could go down. This will force Viper back, and all of his walls are useless at the moment. And yeah, Viper is scrambling back. A quick house wall from Viper. Will he lose another Villager? No. He's going to run the Villager to the left and avoid the straight arrow fire. No ballistics, of course, so these shots do miss. But this is basically a freebie for Miguel. I don't think this is something that he expected to get. I don't think Viper expected it either, which is why he sent his army forward. So a free kill and free harassment for Miguel. Viper's food is still climbing, though. He has a lot of gold in the bank. I would not be surprised if he places down a market and buys himself the castle. Nice little choke point for Miguel. What he's trying to do is he's trying to kill the archers, because multiple archers can attack him here, and only 1 or 2 eagles can attack him, and then he'll work on the eagles afterwards. This is still very well played from him, but he will lose this army as skirmishers come over. But Viper didn't want to create these skirmishers. He didn't want to have to fight here with his Eagle Warriors. This is incredible stuff from Miguel to put himself in this situation with such a small army. But Viper will complete the walls. He will clean that up. Miguel has a lot of wood. Of course, Celts chop wood faster. That's one of their bonuses, but yeah, he's going to need to market to sell some of that. Good harassment from him. He's seen the walls on the left with that army that just went in, and he can probably assume the rest is full walled now. Viper just missing that small area. An extra villager for Miguel, but I think Viper will click the castle first. Viper has a more deadly unit composition as well in Castle Age. The Celts don't want to go knights. And Miguel normally would stick with crossbows if he was playing this in AOC, but this is the HD balance, and that's an awful, awful engagement for Miguel. Not just losing an archer or two, but look at all the HP he lost. This guy's basically dead. Wow, the market abuse from Miguel, and he's clicked up to Castle Age. 3 archer ranges from him, just like last time, going with 3 barracks. This time he's going with 3 archer ranges and a stable. So the reason you don't want to go knights as Celts is because Celts do not get the Bloodlines upgrade. They still get all the Castle Age upgrades, and they actually get Paladin, but they're one of the worst Paladin civs that you'll see. Somehow, some way, Miguel able to make this a lot closer than it looked, and he's up to Castle Age first. A Viper is going to be on 2 ranges and 2 barracks, and he'll be going eagles and crossbow. Miguel will be going with crossbow and knights. Say what you want about the new meta, everybody, but I like the aggressive nature of it. I like how we're not just seeing 2 archery ranges and a siege workshop. We're seeing 2 archery ranges and 2 barracks, 2 archery ranges, 2 stables. I like that. I like that a lot. I think over time, as the civs are balanced out a little bit, as certain civ matchups and certain unit compositions won't be as strong. But I do like the fact that it forces players to be more aggressive. Viper on the back foot. He knows the archers are going to go in here, so he's placed 2 more houses. Viper's never going to get housed in this game. He has houses everywhere. Miguel needs to be careful because he's attacking Viper's wall. Viper knows where he is. Viper has his military buildings here. If Viper had an army out here, Miguel wouldn't know, and Miguel could be trapped. But what's great for Miguel is he just made his way to the top of Viper's wood line, and he's going to have a hill advantage with his crossbows and the bodkin arrow coming in. A Viper, he's going to be on his hill on this side, but the problem for Viper is he's lost the early part of this engagement, almost losing an Eagle Warrior as well as already losing 2 archers, and now he could lose villagers. Miguel I don't know how he didn't kill that villager. Great job here from him. And still, it's just a matter of time till Viper gets the upgrades, and Viper will try and focus this down, but this is exactly the situation you want if you're Miguel. This takes us back to the Drush earlier on, where he delayed Viper, kept Viper chasing him, and now once again, he is keeping Viper on the back foot. Viper cannot place town centers easily in this map, and now Miguel wisely gonna run away. He has more crossbows than a knight there. And though he might have been able to take a fight here, I like the idea of running away because Viper could have sent these Eagle Warriors in from the backside. Small Vil lead for Miguel. He's on 2 town centers. He's going for University, which is so important. His crossbows, without the ballistics upgrade, can be pretty useless. The Knight's chasing down the Eagle Warriors. Viper's turn. Push out now. And the one thing I have to say is Miguel doesn't have a lot of Knights. And he still doesn't have ballistics. And even the Knights... Yeah, the Knights don't even have upgrades. So this is where the superior composition comes into play for the Mesociv player. It was so important for Viper to win versus the Mesociv that Miguel chose. Because, in my opinion, those 3 civs, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, they are so strong. They're so strong. So if you win when your opponent is using that civ and they can't reuse it, that's a great thing for you. Viper 1 town center. Miguel's on 2. Miguel has given up his hill, and this is where the Eagles can do some damage on the economy. You see them looping around now. Miguel is now on the back foot. He's on 3 town centers. Now, what Miguel could do, and this would be awesome to see, Miguel could go for a castle in the Castle Age. Traditionally, Celts would wait to the Imperial Age to go for the Woad Raiders, but we could see the Woad Raiders in Castle Age versus the Eagles. That would work well in a straight-up fight. However, that might force more archers out of Viper. Of course, in Game 1, I think Miguel's mistake was not adding his own archers to counter the infantry. I don't know if Viper would make that mistake. So far, so good for Miguel, though this is very, very close. 58 Vils for him, 49 for Viper. Miguel has ballistics now, and Viper's army ran back here, and this army is kind of out of position. And Miguel's looking for it, man. He's looking for it. He's going to try and kill some Eagle Warriors for free, and look at that. He's killed one. Great awareness. He's banking up the stone. He's not selling it. I think this is intentional. Now, where would he want to build the castle? Here, it doesn't offer him much. Here, it offers him a lot. It offers him the hill. It offers him that gold. If he builds the castle in front of this hill, it's also very close to Viper's second gold. I think that talking point throughout this game are going to be these 2 hills. If you don't know, there's a hill advantage when you're on the hill with the attack. So you do 25% more damage, and then when they're attacking you, you receive 25% less damage. $110 population. Oh, geez. 110 population for Miguel. 85 for Viper. Viper is behind in the population, but he's gone for the fast imp. He's clicked up to the Imperial Age. This is where that castle is needed. Get the castle up and go for the Woad Raiders. There's the castle. Viper had less villagers because he was staying on 1 TC intentionally. I don't think Viper can stop the castle. Miguel needs to wall, man. He needs to wall, and it's almost impossible to wall off this base now. He can't wall the left easily. He can't really wall the right, so Eagle Warriors could get into his economy. Now, you can watch the score on the bottom right, and the score does dip after you click the imp. Miguel might be aware that Viper has done that, but he doesn't want to take a fight. Viper on 1, 2, 3, 4 barracks. He's on his main gold pile and the secondary gold pile. This one is the one he needs to take control of, though, if he wants to continue to eagle spam. Miguel isn't going to offer a lot with his crossbows now. Even in the Imperial Age, you never go past crossbow for Celts. You don't get Arbalest, and I think they're lacking... They get chemistry, but they're lacking bracers, so they're quite weak. And against Eagle Warriors, of course, they're weak too. This might be a little bit late for Miguel. He's going to go in and try and raid Viper's economy. Now, again, this might force Viper back home. Viper has his eagles out here currently, and Miguel just found that with that. Oh, no, I thought that was one of Miguel's units. Viper's just killing a wolf. So Miguel doesn't know about that. And will Viper run forward, or will he run back home? This is a large army to deal with still. Miguel creating the Woad Raiders. Has a lot of resources in the bank. He's still heavy on stone. Could go for the second castle. Miguel chose Celts. So he might have had an idea of what Viper was going to do, and he may have had a game plan that was going to surprise us all. Viper has no choice. I think he has to run back home with some units now. But he's going to raid Miguel's economy at the same time. And Miguel has no response to this right now. He needs to send the Woad Raiders. Here they come. And they're Woad Defenders. They're not Woad Raiders. The Raiders are the Eagles and the crossbows. But Miguel, has he put himself into too small a choke point to get out? Viper with the Magnell. He needs to fire. He's not going to be able to fire. Still, okay. Maybe he will. Still, Miguel needs to keep the crossbows alive, even though this isn't the best. He can slowly kill the Eagle Warriors. It'll just take a very, very long time. Look at the destruction in Miguel's base, though. He's gone from 70, 80-some villagers to having the same amount as Viper. Viper's killing villagers on every town center, and there's only a few Woad Raiders witnessing, and Miguel is just gonna tap out and call the GG now. Viper's raiding was enough. You know what? It was a risk for Viper to send the Eagles around and into the economy, but man, did that pay off. I wouldn't have been surprised had Viper sent his army back versus these crossbows, because he knew he could kill them, and he knew he was on a fragile economy. But no, he calculated it enough where he could send just a few Eagle Warriors back and send the Maganel, and he knew this was the time to raid Miguel and do damage. Unfortunately for Miguel, he couldn't wall off his base in time, and his castle is too far away. He didn't have the number of Woad Raiders. Woad Raiders are a lot more difficult to afford. Why don't these pros wall their base? Because it takes time, and you would need to stonewall versus the Eagle Warriors. And if there's one hole, you're dead. I mean, you can't wall this. Could wall there and wall here, but Viper with Elite Eagles can run right by. I do agree that walling the right side would have made sense, though, because it's just one straight wall here and one straight wall here. But I truly think Miguel didn't expect Viper to hit his economy, and that's what Viper was counting on. I think Miguel was expecting Viper to send his entire army back here, and that would buy him time for the second castle, which he was saving for, could have placed it on this hill, and more Woad Raiders. That's simply a guess, but Viper executing his strategy perfectly, and he has won game 2. Okay, so there's the kill-death ratio. Viper with more economy, but Miguel would have had more as the game went on with the excess villagers. That's